I'm Victoria. I live in Felixstowe, and I first found out about superhero fitness through an advert for a 6-week course to help you improve your fitness and mobility. And I was at the stage where we sort of fair way out of lockdown, but I work from home, so it can be quite difficult to do exercise and look after yourself. And it's easy to get into a rut of not doing anything and um, letting anxiety creep up on you and just generally not looking after yourself very well. So I also had a shoulder impingement which needed steroid injection. And I was quite upset about that because I thought I don't want to be immobile for the rest of my life. And so I came to the gym and I started a 6-week program that is run here, like a beginner's course here. And it was the best thing in the world. And when I came here, the great thing about it was that at the beginning you get an assessment of what your body needs, and you don't get that, I'd say, in any other type of gym. You just don't get the level of attention to detail to your physical needs that you get here. And so then what happens is the exercises are tailored to what you need rather than just being an induction where you go round all the machinery and then you're left to your own devices. So that's how I came here. And shortly after I'd been here, I'd done that course, and I then started the sessions that they have. They have a build, perform, engine, and now they have personal training sessions too. But I started with build programs, and I was a little bit nervous, I would say, to start with, going in. So I thought, well, I don't know these people, and they may all know, they'll be so much better and everything. But honestly, you go in there, and everybody is encouraging. Everybody supports you. There's people of different ages, abilities, and there is not one person that I've ever come across that makes you feel that you're not very good, that you've done something silly. They're all 100% supportive, and you just don't get that anywhere else. So I'd got to the stage where I couldn't dress myself and I couldn't move my arm backwards, and I'd had every single pain, the highest pain relief that you could get. I think I'd even had liquid morphine for it, and I couldn't, because I couldn't sleep. And this had gone on for months, and I thought it had happened because of moving the mouse repeatedly. I thought it was an RSI from working so much in lockdown at the desk, because when you're at home you don't go away. Anyway, I had an X-ray, and there's some proper a reason for it. The bone's worn or whatever, and there was I think it was something called, like, tendinophony or something like that. And they said the only way that you will be able to relieve the pain is by having steroid injections, because everything else had failed. And I was just like, well, that's a bit of a pain, but okay. So I went to have the steroid injection. So then I could move a little bit without the pain. Had a tiny bit of physio with and then that involved some of the bands, big elastic bands, I call them, that they have in the gym. And I thought, well, if that is what I'm supposed to be doing to then help with some shoulder mobility, I'll see if I can come to the gym and see if that can help more. But they'd said, no, you will need to keep having steroid injections for the rest of your life. And I was like, well, that's a bit depressing, but hey ho. But I came here and I said to Liam, I said, I've got mobility issues. So he gave me exercises to do to assist with that. And at the beginning, it was really difficult to try to move, but now I can move my shoulder. I don't have to have any pain relief for it. It just moves like a normal shoulder. And so my husband lives in France, so I spend a lot of time toing and froing. So we've got somewhere in France, so I'm not always here, but whenever I am here, I'm always here at the gym. And he's also said to me, that as well as the physical changes he can see, he said to me that it's absolutely critical, it's his words, that I keep coming to this particular gym for mental health reasons, because he said, we've done things like we've had hustles. The superhero have they put on events, and they're like competitions, but they're not like hardcore. A lot of people are competitive, but they're competition, and everybody gets involved. It doesn't matter what your ability is. So I've joined in on all of these because they're great fun, and things like he'll say to me, my husband says, well, you've got pictures there where you actually look happy, whereas the rest of the time you're just stressed and anxious through everyday life. So then when you're in an environment where everybody's positive and everybody supports you, it's better than any therapy or tablet that you could have. But I've spent years on flipping tablets and doctors and anxiety and rah, try this tablet, try that one, oh my god, and you try yourself to go to the gym. If you try yourself to go to just like a commercial gym, you don't succeed, because you don't have the support that you get here. You don't get the guidance with the weights, you don't get the personal input that you need for your particular body, your particular needs. And so, yeah, I can't say enough in praise of here and Liam and everything that all of the staff do. All of them are great. All of them are fantastic. So I'm in my mid-50s now, which is delightful. But when I first joined the gym and did the 6-week program, it was quite useful, because at the beginning, Liam's got these special scales, and it tells you all sorts of things about it's not all about just weight, it's about your body composition and fat, how much fat you've got, what your muscle tone is like, and what your it also can tell you what the sort of fat you've got around your organs. So at the beginning, I think I was marginally under my actual age, which was quite nice. But after a while, I'd been to Superhero Fitness, and I was getting quite into it. And I had a review on the which involved going back on these scales that do all these different measurements, including your metabolic age. And my age had literally dropped. It was around about 8 to 10 years. Seriously, I suppose it would have been around about a 4 to 6 month period. Forget all the anti-aging creams, forget all those gimmicky stuff, and let's just go to the gym, because let's go to Superhero, because their culture and ethos helps you physically. And improve, and I think if you get to a stage where you're physically 10, 15 or more years younger than your actual age, I don't think anybody can ask for more than that.